Hey guys, so I want to share with you my insight while I'm at Veecon. Um, it's pretty crazy here. You can see it's really kind of hectic. But so after hearing speakers speak and feeling the energy and the vibe, I can't help but think that like very, we're still very early. Hey Angela, we're still very early in this economy and the thing that I can't help but think is that a lot of people really have no clue what's going on or even how to start. It's such a smorgasbord of different types of people here. I'm meeting anyone from restaurant owners to um, YouTubers to people launching their own apps to like a bunch of different communities. Some of them are, they have wine, and others there's a literal there's a little swing here. um so one of the insights, hey Jeff. Hey, yes, I'm at Veecon. Are you here too, Jeff? Are you here at Veecon? Let me know if you're also here at Veecon. Yeah, I'm at Veecon and they have a swing at Veecon, so I'm just swinging back and forth. But I want to share with you some insights that I found when I'm here. So um you know how a lot of people struggle to have a community? Well, the next struggle is making sure the community is sticky into your world. So when people buy, let's say that you have an NFT, people are subscribing to an identity. And like, for example, if I were to buy a ticket to an event and it's on Ticketmaster, and what's my commitment in showing up, right? I have a ticket, but let's say I own an NFT, then there's so much identity wrapped up in that decision because it's a community that's being built, and there's like this culture around the art itself. So it takes something as simple as admission to a specific community and tie it into art. And art has a stronger pull um, and commitment level than just basically a ticket. Hey, Pam. So that's one of my insights. If you want a stickier community, then go ahead and create the NFT. Another thing that is appealing about creating your own NFT and launching it into your community is because the utility can be tracked to that NFT, and um, so that's obvious. But the bigger insight for me is that you can just you can apply the fundamentals of marketing and do a launch the way you do a marketing launch with a wait list, with upsells, with scarcity, with one-time offers. So I'm thinking, are there one-click offers, one upsell offers to purchase NFT items? To pay for things in cryptocurrencies. Hey, Collins. Hey, Stefan. Hey, Pam. Um, yeah, and so I'm like, oh, maybe OTOs, one-time offers from into the NFT purchase itself. From something as simple as, let's say, my landing page for my software, I'll have the one-time offer um, be an NFT purchase, and it can be through instead of putting it on OpenSea, then maybe I can use like MoonPay, maybe, for you to just pay for it directly. And then what about all the other what about I don't know. So hey, Jeff says you can make it so people can buy one for basic access or buy 10 for more access. Yeah. Hey, Jeff, do you know if there's one-time upsells for NFTs? And what payment processor do you use? Do you use this is now a conversation between me and Jeff. Do you use MoonPay as a payment processor, or do you send them to OpenSea? Um, hey Dano, how are you? Yay, everyone's here, or at least Dano and Jeff is here. I was thinking a new NFT I was gonna launch, give access to each month for each one you have. Oh, really? Like, well, anyways, I was also thinking, is there a subscription-based model for NFTs right now? Because that would be useful for the software world, you know, if there's a subscription payment type of model. They use cryptocurrency to buy NFTs, so they need to buy the crypto first. Well, here's another insight I want to share with you guys. When you have a community, when you build a community, when you know how to do a launch into your community, everyone should launch their own NFTs, like every single person, because it will keep your people way more sticky into your world. It will tie an identity around admission into your community, and so there's more show up rate, there's more stick through rate, there's more culture building, and it's in a way where it's so fast. But that's the downfall. So no subscription. However, you get royalties on upsells up to 10%. Oh, and that's coded into the smart contract, right? When they buy mint your NFT, that is the payment processor. Okay, I'm here at this event, but I'm just going through, like, I'm actually going through the process while I'm here, because I feel like if all I do is just walk around and literally that's all I do, and I just learned, then I think it might be a waste of my time. So I went on Upwork, just so you guys know, and I made a post, and I am hiring a developer to create a Chrome extension where it will link up to OpenSea. So I'm creating an OpenSea Chrome extension right now, a type of Chrome extension that interacts with OpenSea. And the other thing I'm doing is I minted some NFTs, and then I can see the way in which I can launch in the typical marketer's way of launching, right, Jeff? Like free access to a free ticket in order to like if you say, hey, get this thing for free, and they come in for free, and then the one-time upsell is the NFT, and then the downsell is like another NFT, and then the other downsell is another NFT, and then the thank you page leads to sharing the NFT. I don't see how that's so different than launching anything else. But actually, Jeff, I think the minting process is different, right? Like, you have to pay for every single mint if you mint it on OpenSea. So why not pre-sell the time spot for the minting? Oh, another thing, Jeff, that I've discovered is when I minted a NFT, and guys, I minted an NFT to come to my event in Tulum, Mexico, so you guys can get a ticket there if you want. Anyways, when I minted it, a funny thing happened. I had 4 random other profiles favorite my NFT. That, my profile is not a big NFT profile, but 4 other people just favored it right away, and I'm like, who the heck are these people? And when I click on their profile, they're like just other people with lots of minted NFTs, and there's only 5 of them, and I saw that they favorited like 5.3 million other people. So I'm like, either a human being is doing that, which I doubt, but that's also why I created the Chrome extension or posted a job for it, because then if any new NFT is minted on OpenSea, my profile will favorite that NFT collection, the whole entire collection of that NFT immediately. So you know what's gonna happen? They're gonna mint their NFT. It's gonna be all new, and then they will see like Kim Dane favorited your NFT, and then they will click on my profile and be like, who the hell is Kim Dane? And you know what's interesting? If I do that to all the other people who are like me, who are course creators, software owners, um, community builders, and what they're doing is they have virtual events, but they also have live events, and they're trying to sell their live events and connect it to the utility of the live events to their NFT ticket, and they're in the process of minting it, then my Chrome extension will be able to allow my profile to be seen, because there is curiosity about who views, but you can't see who view people on the NFT, on the OpenSea profile, right? You can't see the views, but you can see the payments. So it's similar. It's kind of like looking at the algorithm. We are marketers coming into the space, others in completely different spaces coming into the space. Hey, Laura. So either way, I'm here to find. Oh, another insight that I found out is if you want to launch an NFT into your community, it's not like you have to go and hire a done-for-you solution. It's a combination of, the marketing, which a lot of people don't know how to market. So if you have the marketing down somewhat, like you know how to market, period, you know how to cause a build-up to a wait list, to offer, to downsell, to a thank you, to a share thing. And that's marketing to some extent. If you know that down, then all you need to do is hire some, you can literally go on OpenSea and mint your own NFTs. And if you want to take a more bigger approach to it, go on Upwork and literally write down finding NFT designers. So you find designers to create your designs. You find developers to create the smart contracts. And then you have a website, which if you're a marketer, you know how to set up a website. And websites can be set up with WordPress. And then hire that developer to tie the website into some kind of verification with MetaMask or any of those.
Was it higher? Okay, I don't remember the numbers.
I just hear the speakers and they're like, well, they're like, well, I just started and I have no idea what I'm doing. And then now they're here. And this was just a year ago. So this space is very, very new. Yeah, you can complete the whole NFT process from start to finish in 24 hours, no coding. We're very new to this space, aren't we, Jeff? But monetarily, I want to know, monetarily, how are we doing? Because, in the Facebook group space, you can profit big on a smaller audience. And that is not necessarily the case with, YouTube. You need to have a big audience to monetize. And I'm just wondering if that is the case with NFTs, like you need a huge audience. I don't know. And if you can show people the process of it, and because I'm in the business of learning how to teaching people how to monetize in their audience, and one of the ways in which that can happen is by launching an NFT into your community. So what if we make it easy? Jeff, do you white label Go High Level? Let me know if that's something that you do. If that's something you do, think about an NFT launch snapshot, right? And then another thing that can be launched at the same time as your NFT is your own token, because then you can have people buy your NFT by purchasing into your token, and then you create your own economy. Oh, you white label a different builder? I've been white labeling Go High Level, and it's freaking amazing. It has enabled my own clients to have another layer of a monthly recurring income backbone to the thing that they have. So let's say they come into GroupConvert Ignite, right, my program, then we can have them have the funnel, all the emails, all the automation, all the text messages, everything that is work all in one go, up and running right away. And And so for us, it has been a great source of monthly recurring income revenue right away. The thing with white labeling Go High Level is you can also get a cut out of every SMS being sent and every email being sent. So that's also another reason why I think white labeling Go High Level is a good idea. Shadow, let's go. Launch your NFT. Next year? Why not this year? There's lots of months left to this year, dude. Yeah, so Jeff, look into white labeling Go High Level because you get a cut of all the SMS. And you can also white label their hosting. So WordPress hosting and Yext, YEXT is also white. You can white label that, and it's like a white label of you get a cut of like white labeling something else that's not theirs. It's weird. It's interesting. It's like making income from additional little add-ons, you know? So that has been really interesting to me. Yeah, you can import websites, but you can also import all the automation. You know, with ClickFunnels, you can only do share funnels, which is like landing pages. With Go High Level, you can do all of the emails in the order, so that they get all of it. They get everything. They even get this. There's even a social posting component to it, so that they can even get templates of exactly what to post into their Facebook group or into Instagram as part of the package of the white label. So another thing that we've been doing that I feel would be relevant to the NFT space is having an NFT snapshot, NFT launch snapshot. So that's what I'm just gonna have as part of our white label thing. And I think the reason why this is so sticky is because it is identity culture based. But it's also early, it's also appealing to the early adopters. So all the people are like, I'm not gonna miss it this round, you know? It's been massively upgraded, Jeff. It's insane. You should just take a look on the inside now. It's nuts. So there's that. The early adopter community is the community you want to talk to, because they are the type to say yes earlier, you know, of course. And you want to have a part of your audience be the early adopter, that I don't want to miss out community, because those are the people who are, you know, on the front lines, you know. And honestly, any kind of client that I have are early adopters. You know, they are the type of people who are like, what? You can profit big on small, teeny Facebook groups? I can make $100,000 for a Facebook group of like 300 people. I don't have to spend my life trying to get 10,000 followers to earn like $500 a month. Stuff like that. Yeah, okay. About the token. Okay, yeah. So you can mint your NFT and have people buy it in different currency. So you can have your people buy it in your currency. So like for me, it's Kim coin. Jeff, what's your coin called? All right, so that's like the how-to. Now, the next step is hey Francis, how do you weave it into your existing thing? I think that is the thing to teach. You know? Oh, your milk token. Oh, I remember. How's the milk token going? What's the price on that now? You know? Do you apply? You probably did apply your marketing skills on that launch. Do you launch? Here's what I've noticed. You either launch token first or NFT first, and with the and I was advised to launch NFT first. I mean, not first. NFT and token at the same time. It's 250,000 milk for one crypto cookie. Okay.
Because the price will go up.
Yeah. So you're staking the coin. Is your crypto cookie the NFT? So they have to buy 250,000 milk token to own one crypto cookie. The NFT drives the token value up. Oh. Oh wow. I'm like learning from Jeff right now. Okay. And how much? What is the fiat to one milk token? So whatever token you launch on it will cause that token to go up. Oh. Has your token increased in value? That's the thing that I feel like, yeah, you are creating your own economy, own currency. Can you package all of this up in a course, Jeff? Maybe you can teach into my community. Hey, Jeff. Maybe we can do an interview so that we can figure, you know. I only know a few people who actually did this. You and John Long. And that's it. I don't know who else who owns their freaking own token. Okay. Oh, so I forgot to say this. This is something I want to say. The biggest thing to teach, I feel, is how do you transition over from the Web 2 space to Web 3 space in a way that makes sense with your particular industry. So there are lots of migrations that happen, right? One migration is people who are in the agency space. For example, for my industry, Jeff, people who are tired and burnt out in the agency space where they're seen as like henchmen, they're seen as like people to go out and do the stuff for other people. Like they're seen in a different way and they're kind of tired of that life. They're kind of tired of the churn. They're tired of 3-month projects, tired of all the one-on-ones. And then they just want to switch over to a group coaching model. So the appeal of what I teach and what I do is that to take them from this burnt out space into something that's sustainable and scalable. So I think for the NFT world, it would be to take people from this space that they know and they are familiar with, and then help them with the transition. So one of the ways in which we help them with the transition is to tell them exactly what their offer looks like with them. Script out exactly what they got to say for when they pitch and when they launch. Give them all the tools for launching, which is in our white label of go.grouplaunch.com, which for non-clients, it's $1,000 a month. For clients, it's way less. You give them a pretty good discount. So that's one of the ways in which I'm like, this is how you transition over. So I think the appeal of this is when you sell the concept of this process. It's really to sell on the transition. Like, here's how you sell the transition. Here's how you're gonna, with your ecosystem, transition over in a way that will benefit you and your community. Oh, you do, Jeff? Trying to read what you're saying. The NFT mint part is just a simple embed code. Really? So what? So what's your offer, Jeff? And you're doing it almost daily. How much does a client pay you for this to happen? This is really cool, Jeff. I should interview you. Let's set up an interview. Hey, RJ. And then the interview will be around the concept of how do you launch an NFT into your community so that you don't get left behind in the Web 2 world, because the Web 3 world is coming and we're still very early to this space. Hey, Sheila. Crypto-based projects. Hey guys, I am on a swing at Veecon, sharing you my insights so far about this world. Like they had panelists talking about DAOs, and the way they explain DAOs is so weird and poor. So I'm like, man, we gotta be early. If the people like on the front lines are saying stuff like, yeah, I don't know what I was doing, but I just started doing it and figured it out. So to me, we are so early. Okay, Jeff, let's do it. Let's try to aim for a time maybe next week or the week after that, in 2 weeks. And then let's do a training, and then maybe set up a snapshot, and then give me an affiliate link. That's how we're gonna do it. Right? All right, you guys. So for the coaching space, when I interview you, Jeff, it's like, how can the coaching course creating space, Facebook group space, benefit from doing this? And then how do they transition in a way that's easy and very doable for them, so that they don't see it as a big deal? And then the cost of inaction if they don't do it now, and the return on investment of, paint that vision. And then another part that I was thinking is, can we see how you market it? That's also pretty cool, because I feel like just as with anyone, there's a struggle with the marketing aspect of it. Because if you just launch an NFT randomly, like, my questions would be questions around like minting. Do you pre-sell it? Because it costs you money to mint every single NFT. It's a percentage of the value of that NFT. If you charge Ethereum, then you have to pay some gas processing fees from OpenSea. Do you use OpenSea as the marketplace processor, or do you use your own? If you use your own, how hard is that to build out? Stuff like that.
Three snipers attacked, like right there.
Wow, and my NFT holders have a meetup here in Vegas at my house the last Saturday of every month. Wow, I didn't know that. That's cool. Hey, Mustafa. Alright, you guys. I'm gonna hop off. I know, right? This live has just been a conversation between me and Jeff for the most part. Okay. I'll go live a little bit later and talk to you guys more about Veecon. But so far, that's what I'm learning, and just want to share it with you.
Oh yeah, if you like that video, then you will love all the resources that I have over at kimcdang.com. That is KIMCDANG.com. There you will find all my courses, my extensions, all the offers that I have, as well as a lot of free resources if you are just getting started.